Hey everybody, welcome to the stream. You see that in the corner, I was just kind of testing out the some stuff here. It's not working, unfortunately. I'm still screwing around with the text settings so it can kind of do some stuff and it's not doing, but that's okay. Anywho, welcome everybody. Welcome to Phoenix Wright. This will be my last little day of streaming for this entirety of this weekend and this whole entire week. Back over to the weekend until I think maybe about Tuesday. Um, I will be kind of busy. I'll try to shoot out some videos if I can, if I have some time to do that. And then after that, we'll probably try to clean up Phoenix Wright and then try to clean up some other games. So then hopefully by September, we start moving into Detroit Become Human. I'm trying to knock off some games off of my list so we can go ahead and move on with that. Anywho, let's go in and let's talk about what we discovered so far for this journey here in this case. So we found out that there is a character. So for the first part of it, nobody was dead. So I was quite surprised because usually somebody ends up dead in this series, and we have to figure out who murdered this person. So there was nobody dead. Our client ended up being the thief, the Phantom Thief, Master Mass. He was basically like Robin Hood, stealing from the rich and not necessarily giving it to the poor. As far as I know, he was using that all those thieveries that he was doing to spin big on his wife because his wife she likes expensive things. She likes to find the finer things in life. She likes to wine and dine. So that was essentially giving him financial stress. I guess he also had a job, so he was kind of juggling all that stuff. So they were trying to figure out if he was the thief or not. We also had an interesting character called Look at Me. Luke at Me. Not look at me. Don't actually look at me. Just dude called Luke at Me. Um, he was an ace detective, and he was telling us that he knew what was going on. The one thing that's kind of interesting is I still find him to be quite suspect. I just don't know at what capability I'm thinking about because the one thing that kind of twists me up a little bit is one, he always gets the item back to the place that it belongs. So Master Mass would steal something, and then this guy would get his hands on it and then return it to his rightful place. Two things. So the second thing is he also knew that Master Mass was being blackmailed, especially when he knew this piece of paper was on his desk at his own home. So look at me, I'm looking at him quite suspiciously because I don't know how you would know that information, not unless you're a weird stalker of some sort. So once we kind of cleared um, Master Mass, his name is Ron Delight. Once we once we cleared Mr. Damask, turned out that at 1 a.m. sharp, he was doing a little bit more than just thievery. Turns out that his boss, the CEO of this KB security place that they've been talking so highly of, was kind of taken care of in the most highly, probably brutal fashion, murdered, murdered in his own office. So now we have suspicion that Mr. Ron Delight, Master Mass, murdered the CEO. Another thing is, I'm also kind of looking at is his wife. I'm not sure what's going on, but she's letting guys in her own home without her husband being there. So I'm a little suspect. I'm a little suspect. I don't know where this is gonna go. This was on my brain all day. Hey, what's going on? How do I say your name without messing up? Is it Afro Brian? Is Afro Brian? Did I say it right? Welcome to the stream, by the way. So yeah, we just trying to figure all that out. So let's go ahead and get into this because this is gonna be quite long from what I can see here. I think we're gonna be in another investigation. Ryan is okay, by the way. Okay, cool. Cool, cool. Welcome to the stream. October 13th, 3:02 p.m. Wright and Company Law Offices. You know, I'm glad we found the urn and all, but poor Mr. Delight got arrested again. I know, it was quite sad. Like I said, oh God, why didn't you just take the non-guilty verdict, man? I just don't understand that. Why would you say anything? Oh my goodness, this guy is so weird. Well, supposedly, Mr. Delight was in the CEO's office when the murder occurred. No way, Jose! I don't buy it! But the one who proved that Mr. Delight was there was Mr. Nick himself. At least from what I can understand. Looks like you did too good of a job this time, Nick. Well, how about we get started looking into the KB security murder? I think I'm gonna head back to Karain Village just for a little while, if that's alright. Sure, but why? I'm going to bring the Sacred Urn back and have some people take a look at it. Oh, that's a good idea. I think I'll go with... No, Mystic Maya, you should stay here. I want you two to spend some special quality time together, full of love and happiness. Pearl, you got the wrong idea, girlie. I don't know what this is. Pearls is so caught up in her fantasy, she forgot there's a murder to solve. Sacred Urn given to Pearls. Now remember, no fighting, okay? She's gone. Okay, Nick, it's time to get going on this murder investigation. Alright, what you think? So, what do we do now? Isn't it obvious? We should get out there and investigate the murder. I mean, that was quite obvious. Well, first, we need to find out exactly where KB Security is located. Hey, why don't we ask Miss Delight? She should know. Besides, I want to ask her some stuff about motorcycles. Maya, your crazy behind don't need to be on any type of motorcycle. I'm just letting you know that right now. Motorcycles? You're not thinking of getting one, are you? I'm not the same little Maya who used to be happy with her dinky little bike, Nicky boy. Look, don't call me Nicky boy. Let's not get into that, Maya. For the love of God. Speaking of asking around, I got a few questions of my own for Mr. Delight. Okay, well, let's make sure to go to the detention center too. Must be relieved we got the Sacred Urn back, huh? You bet. But there's something a little different about it. Don't at me. It's pretty obvious, isn't it? I mean, take a look at this. It clearly says, I am, on the urn in the poster. But the urn we got back says, Amy, like it always used to. Oh yeah, you're right. Plus, the base has pink splotches on it now. I'm sure they weren't there before. Maya doesn't know, but 1 year ago, when the urn was broken, the repairer accidentally turned Mystic Amy's name into I am. And that repairer was one mechanically unskilled little Pearls. But still, I don't remember ever seeing pink splotches on it. Is it possible that urn is a fake? I'm sure Pearls will find out once she gets back to the Karain Village. Yeah, I suppose. Now that I think about it, Maya hasn't been back to Karain Village in a long time. So, I guess people still go to Karain Village to do their training, right? Yep, if you want to become a spirit medium, you need to undergo severe training. So why haven't you been training lately, Maya? Well, lately I've been thinking of heading to the channeling dojo just to do that. The channeling dojo, huh? Sounds pretty serious, whatever that is. If you're going to train, you gotta be serious. Otherwise, real tragedies can happen. Is that what happened last year? Is what happened last year still bothering you? It is. That murder in her village, it happened because the power of channeling was misused. When a medium uses the Karain technique, she temporarily loses her own will. So when an especially strong spirit is summoned, the spirit medium can get taken over and even forced to commit terrible crimes. What's worse, in those cases, the spirit medium has no memory of what happened. Dang! That murder. It wasn't your fault, Maya, you know that, don't you? I suppose not, but I guess I'm still a bit shaken up, that's all. It sounds like being the master of the Karain is going to be a heavy responsibility. Alright. Guess we'll start moving. Oh wait, she said she wanted to speak to Mrs. Delight. October 13th. Master Mass Hideout. Oh, Nicky boy! Maya! Miss Delight. All I wanted to do was help my dear Ronnie. Yeah, but I guess it ended up hurting his case. Don't say that, Nick. She doesn't need your help beating herself up. Hey, Nicky boy, please. Please help Ronnie. He's not a killer, I swear. My Ronnie wouldn't hurt a fly. Are you sure about that? I mean, look, there's a gun in the background. He got a sword. What is that? Like a little tiny machete? Like a dagger to kind of cut somebody? I mean, look, your husband looks well equipped in this house. I think he can hurt a fly. But you know what? We're just gonna keep rolling. All right, I'll poke around and see what I can find out. Really? Are you serious? Oh, I'm so happy. I knew if asking your help was the right thing to do. I don't know what I can do to help anymore. I had no idea Mrs. Delight has such a vulnerable side. Listen carefully, Nicky boy. My Ronnie would never, ever kill anyone. It's just not in him. I don't think he would either, Nick. Yeah, but you have to admit, he got a bit of a temper to him. What temper was that? Did he snap before? No, I don't think I've seen him snap. What are you talking about, Phoenix? It's not that hard to imagine him just snapping and screaming, "Please die!" You know what? Yeah, you're right. You're right. He probably has the potential to snap, but you know, you're right, Nick. You're right. He would never say that. I don't know that, though. Anyway, Mr. Light, he might not be a killer, but he's still going around saying that he's a thief. I already told you, that's just a fantasy for him. Mr. Light, I hate to say it, but you're the one living in a fantasy world. What? How dare you say that to me, Nicky boy? I know everything about my Ronnie. You don't have any secrets between us. Do you not see the gun in the back? Do you not? Okay. Ronnie is the thieving type. He's so honest that he wouldn't even sneak a nap. Girl, okay. He's so honest that he wouldn't even steal a glance. A thief? Ha! The very idea. I guess I just don't get it. Huh? Get what? I just can't understand how they could be so different and yet be such a happy couple. Yeah, they sure are different. Come on now, Nicky boy. It's not that mysterious, is it? It was love at first sight, for me anyway. Really? Please tell me more. I'm quite curious on how this happened. Like, really, how did this happen? What? For you? I hate these kind of people more than anything. You mean Ace Detectives? No, I'm fine with Ace Detectives. Oh, so then you must mean thieves? No, they're alright too. I just hate thieves that pretend to be Ace Detectives. There's nothing I hate more than cowardly men. By the way, why did you go to the Detective Atmy's office anyway? Well, as the trial went on, I started to get more and more anxious. I went there to try to find more about the real criminal. I'm sorry, but did he not lock his door? I'm a little curious of how she got access in there. Okay, okay. I'm just gonna put that in the back of my head. Okay, how did she get in there? The real criminal? Yes, obviously the real Master Mass is not my Ronnie, right? Um, yes, yes, Mr. Light. We went over this. He's not the real thief. Yeah? And Detective Atme knew more about Master Mass than anyone else. They mentioned him on the Great People Around Town segment on TV. So then you went there to ask him some questions? That's right. I'll do whatever it takes to save my man. His secretary said the ace detective isn't in right now, but I forced my way past her into his hideout. Okay, girl boss. I wouldn't exactly call that office his hideout. That bag was sitting right there on top of the table. Oh yeah, we saw that bag there yesterday too. There's nothing lower than someone who would try to pin a crime on someone else. Mr. Light, do you know about KB security? Don't be silly, of course I do. That's where my Ronnie works. So she thinks he still works there, huh? And yet, according to what we heard today... Come on, don't tell me you didn't know. Ron DeLight was once an employee of KB Security. Was once. He was a professional security guard. Ron quit. He doesn't work there anymore. So then why was he there? It looks like Mr. Light doesn't know. KB Security is only about 20 minutes away, by motorcycle that is. Larry told me it takes 30 minutes by car. Well, I have to admit, I tend to fly pretty fast on my bike. To make it to KB Security that fast, are you sure you aren't literally flying? Why don't I give you a ride sometime? Or better yet, how about now? No. No, we don't need to get on any motorcycles, okay? I'm okay. I believe you. It's 20 minutes by motorcycle. I got you. No. I'll pass, thanks. See, me and Phoenix, we on the same page. I think me and Phoenix, we just clicked. I think me and Phoenix, we synced. We synchronized. We're a synchronized unit. We don't be on no motorcycles. Why don't you just tell us where it is and we'll go ourselves? What a scaredy cat you are, Nick. Those motorcycles are no joke. I'd be scared of them too. Mr. Light told us the location of KB Security. Okay, let's head over there right away, Nick. One more thing. You fell in love with the dude first? So was it really love at first sight when you met Mr. DeLight? Well, maybe not at first sight, but Ronnie saved my life. Oh, okay. Saved your life? I was at work one day when two robbers suddenly rushed in. Well, I'm not the kind to just curl into a ball in the corner, so I fought back. Robbers? Yes, they took me hostage. So I was so frightened. They were both carrying these huge knives, and I broke down into tears. Yeah, I would too if I were in that situation. Honestly, I think anybody would. I would just start crying and bawling. Oh, I think I get it. Did Mr. DeLight come running to save you? Yes, exactly. I remember he looked so handsome in that guard uniform of his. He went right up to those two knife-wielding robbers and screamed in their face. Oh my god, what's going on with these robbers? Oh, that's her not in the motorcycle outfit? Okay. What was she doing? They both look shocked. What is going on here? Please stop it! He screamed. I could see the robber's face turn pale. That high-pitched shriek he does have a surprisingly strong effect on people. Then crying and swinging his arms like crazy, he attacked the two robbers. All by himself, he came to save me. A total stranger, all by himself. He was so scared that he was crying and shaking, but he still risked his life for me. Wow, that's a great story. Yes, he may not look it, but in a tough situation, there's no one better. That's why I fell in love with him like I did. That's so romantic. I fall in love too, I guess. Nick, I hope you'll do the same for me if I ever get taken hostage. Look, Maya, you've been taken hostage one, two, three times now, Maya. He's done that, but X the high pitched screaming and the throwing the fist at two robbers with not with, Maya, sit down. With Maya, that possibly always seems to be to loom in the not so distant future. Sit down, Maya. All right. Thank you for your. Okay, so he can fight. Interesting. So she don't know that she's decked out because this dude's stealing stuff. All right, that's cool. We'll come back to you, Mr. Light. Let's go to the detective agency, right? October 13th, Atme Detective Agency. Whoa, this place is literally crawling with cops. What did you expect now that they know he was the actual Master Mask? This must be incredibly embarrassing for them, don't you think? Hey, Vika, what's going on? Why is... Hold on, my stuff is not acting correctly. It didn't say anything at all. See if I can fix this. Trying to see if I can fix this. Give me one momento. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. That should... Maybe that'll work now. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, I guess they're trying to make up for it by tearing the place apart. Hey, I just noticed. Gumshoe is nowhere to be seen. Well, he is a homicide detective. He's probably working on the murder case. That was... But wasn't he in charge of the Master investigation all the way up until yesterday? Well, a murder case is a lot more exciting, isn't it? He'd say something like, "There's nothing like a good murder case, pal." Points for the quality of impression, but I'm not sure Gumshoe has bloodlust, Maya. Okay, there's nobody here. There's nothing different that I've seen. So we probably don't need to be here. Let's go to the hall. October 13th, Lordy Taylor main exposition hall. Oh my god. The Treasures of Corraine exhibit is all ruined now. Maya. I'm sorry, it's just so sad. This was our big chance for everyone to learn about spirit channeling. Maybe I can cheer her up somehow. Well, now that we got the sacred urn back, maybe they can reopen it? Really? Sure. Maybe we can label it the Urn of the Mass Desires. That would probably attract a lot of attention. Whoa! 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 That's brilliant, Nick. We could clean up and be filthy rich. Woohoo! Wow, that was surprisingly easy. Alright, let's see what's down here. October 13, Lordy Taylor, basement, warehouse. Oh, it's you, Mr. Wright. Miss Andrews, what's she still hanging around down here for? So, how's it going? What about the sacred urn? The urn? Oh, that. It's been taken care of already. What do you mean, oh, that? Taken care of? Do you mean it's been found? Yes. It was brought during the trial today. Wow, really? You really are the greatest, Mr. Wright. Mr. Wright had nothing to do with it. Oh, thanks, Maya. It was Master Mass's wife that found it. Well, anyway, I'm so relieved. I just heard all about it on the news. So that detective was actually the thief all along. It looks that way right now. It's my fault. I'm the one who ended up hiring the mask to guard the treasures. Don't blame yourself, you were just doing your job. Hey Nick, if she wants to apologize, you should just let her. So, when was it that you hired Detective Atme again? About 20 days ago. And when was it that Master Mask calling card arrived? That was about 10 days ago. So he sent a calling card to the very place he was hired to guard. I guess that's it then. Detective Atme must have really wanted the sacred urn after all. I guess so, but why? What? So Master Mask murdered someone as well? Well, that's how things look right now. Yes, but I thought that he was here stealing the urn at the same time. Well, we're talking about the criminal mastermind, so anything is possible. Nick, let's get down to business already. On the night of the theft, did you notice anything suspicious about Detective Atme? No, I couldn't have. After all, he was hidden the entire time. I never even caught a glimpse of him. He claims that that's the way he always operates. That's just what he says so he can have an alibi while he commits the theft himself. Yeah, he was caught in the crime scene photo dressed up like the Master Mask pretty well. I'm so glad you got your sacred urn back. Yes, but there's something that bothers me about it. What is it? I'm not exactly sure, but somehow the urn that came back seems different. Really? You wouldn't know anything about that, would you, Miss Andrews? No, I don't know anything. Why would I? You know something, Andrews. Yeah, you do. Cyclops! What do you think this means, Nick? It means the person that holds the secret to this mystery of the sacred urn is our very own Miss Andrews. Alright, Miss Andrews, we'll be back when we get more evidence. Okay, let's see. Atme CEO's office. October 13th, KB Security CEO's office. Wow, this dude's really decked out. So I guess this is where it all went down, huh? The walls here look thick, just like you expect the CEO's office. No, I don't expect any CEO's office to be looking like this, like an airtight operations room, like they working for the Avengers. No. Look, he got a button here. He got this. What is this on the side? He got a vault. He got a big red button. Nah, he's too high tech. What's going on here? What's that got to do with anything? Hey, it's you guys. Oh, Detective Gumshoe. Today was a real train wreck for you guys, huh? Sure was, pal. That prosecutor made a real fool out of us. Yeah, I feel for you. Wow, that's not like you at all. I thought you'd be more like, oh, that was great. You got what you you guys got what you deserve, pal. Or something like to that effect. Do I really sound like that to you, pal? If the gumshoe fits. Well, anyway. The point is, I can tell when someone puts their heart into their jobs. And I can sympathize when things don't go your way. Sometimes I feel like wrong is the only way things go for us detectives. Wow, I had no idea Detective Gumshoe was such a nice guy. Hey Jay, what's going on? Yeah, it looked like it fixed itself. Now, if this little love fest is over, maybe we can start investigating. Detective Gumshoe, tell us about what you know about the murder. Okay? But the thing is, I'm really not supposed to. Oh no, it's not working at all. It just literally just disappeared. I'll have to fix that later. Hey, come on. What about how we put our hearts into our work? Things are really working against us right now. We need help. Okay, okay, I'll tell you. Just don't start crying on me, pal, okay? Don't start crying on me, okay, pal? Okay, I won't cry on you, pal. The victim's name is Kane Bullard. Oh. Oh. That guy looks like a judge. He was the CEO of KV Security and a pretty big fella in his own right. His corpse was discovered at 9 this morning. His estimated time of death was 1 in the morning on October 12th. Cause of death was blunt force trauma to the head, probably an object in this room. It happened exactly at the same time Master Mass was still in the urn, huh? Autopsy report added. So why did it almost take an entire day to discover the body? There's a good explanation for that one. Bullard's body was stashed away inside that safe, but how did they know? Oh, okay. Safe? Well, it's pretty big. Nobody had heard from him, and when they opened the safe this morning, he came. Out he came. Oh, so the body fell out. That white string must be the shape of when he fell out. I think we still need some more information about Mr. Bullard. Maybe you can start by getting the man's name right. So, what happened to Master Mass? He's at the detention center screaming like a madman. Investigate me again! He keeps yelling. Ah, no, I didn't mean him. He's not a real thief anyway, right? Oh, you mean that detective at me? Oh, that was great. That guy got who it deserved. Oh my god, Gumshoe. Gumshoe throwing shade? Now that's the detective I know and love. Think about it. Atme was always around when a calling card showed up. That is true. But he always mysteriously disappeared when the heist took place. He was hiding at the crime scene. Huh. Yeah, right. That's the lamest thing I've ever heard. That's how you knew he was a thief. That would explain how he was able to retrieve the stolen item he keeps bragging about. That also makes sense too. Yeah, he just did that just to make himself look like a great detective, that's all. But there's one thing I can't figure out about his first heist. His first heist? Yeah, the tier of Eminon case, there was a witness on that one. A witness? Here, I saved the newspaper clipping. Since the thief is already under arrest, you guys can keep it. The gem and the thief. Hey, this guard here. Haven't I seen him somewhere before? It's pretty small, so it's kind of hard to see. But now that she mentions it, the newspaper clipping added to the court record. Wait. Could it be that Look at Me and Master Mass was in cahoots with one another? So I think this is one of my little theories. There's a lot of theories that I have, but this is my new theory. If Master Mass and Look at Me were in cahoots with one another, I think that would make a lot more sense because then Master Mass would steal something, Look at Me would be in cahoots with him and say, okay, you stole this, give it to me so it makes my reputation great, and then maybe I'll pay you off, right? Because he's a security guard. He's no longer a security guard. So that means he either quit or he's fired. So I think they were in cahoots with one another on stealing stuff. Maybe. That's just one of my theories. Oh, that prosecutor. I really don't like that guy. The way he used our own evidence to do that to Mrs. Delight. Yeah, I think he did it that way just because he knew it'd hurt more. That's what my gut tells me anyway. So, who is that Java addict mass maniac anyway? Prosecutor Gatto? He's quite the enigma, huh? The thing is, pal, I never even heard of this guy before. He just showed up one day at the prosecutor's office. Came out of nowhere. That's right, he said this was his first case as a prosecutor. And it's true, according to the records anyway, but no way he's an amateur. He's an Iceman in court, and a maverick that gives me goosebumps. But that was his first day at court. Goosebumps? You? Yeah, I knew something was off about him, so I asked around. Nobody would talk to me. They're all just turned the other way. Poor Detective Gumshoe. I had no idea you were so unpopular. No, that's not what I meant. That Gatto guy acts like he knows me and has a grudge against me. I get the feeling he's hiding some sort of dark secret. Is that all we got? Let's examine. This rope. You think it fell out of the safe when it was open? I don't think so. So you mean... Yeah. I think the string shows where and how the corpse was lying. You mean... the victim? He was killed by being crushed by the safe door? She can't be serious, can she? Ew, think about it. A dead guy was laying in here all night. Yeah, oh, by the way, don't bother asking about the fingerprints. There were none. Well, somebody opened the safe on the night of the crime, right? Yeah. And so? Well, if Mr. Bullard's body was hidden in here, it must mean that it was opened by either the killer or the victim, right? Yeah, I guess so. I got some bad news for you, pal. Are you ready? Okay, shoot. Opening this baby is no piece of cake. There are only a few people who know how to open the safe, pal. Yeah, and? Everyone that knows how to open the safe had airtight alibis. I checked. Everyone except one, that is. I'm almost afraid to ask. Former security chief, Ron Delight. What? Ron Delight? He was a security chief? Ah, you messed up, Delight. Ron, so he knew how to open a safe, huh? Yeah, sorry for raining on your parade there, pal. But I'm sorry, if he had quit, why didn't you change the password of the combination code? Wow, look at that huge frame photo. Tall mountains rising majestically against a dark and cloudy sky. There's a title written at the bottom of the photo. The greatest sunrise of my life. This is it. This was his best sunrise? Either this guy didn't get out enough or he really had rotten luck with the weather. Maybe he had lived a little longer, he would have seen some better days. Oh, there's a button here. Let's see. Maya, are you for real? Hey, cut it out. Don't press that. That was pretty funny. I never knew Detective Gumshoe could jump like that. What is this button anyway? It's an emergency buzzer. It says right there on the panel. Oops, you're right. It was written right there. Nick, how many times I told you to read the instructions first? This alarm is connected to the basement guard room. It used to summon the security up here. Really? Then it's possible on the night of the crime? Oh, so when the CEO was attacked. Do you think that maybe he pressed the buzzer? Yeah, I thought about that, so I asked around down there. But they said that the buzzer never went off that night. Also, we couldn't find any fingerprints on the buzzer. Mr. Bullard, the victim, wasn't wearing any gloves, by the way, it's just so you know. I think we better go talk to the guard about this emergency buzzer. I think it's Larry. Emergency buzzer added to the court record. Alright. What's this stuff over here? These look like some kind of bookshelf rolling cabinet hybrid. I can't get in between these two shelves. Don't strain yourself trying. It looks like the shelves are controlled by a special panel. So I guess the one shelf at... So I guess it's the one shelf at a time, huh? Looks like they're filled with a bunch of files. Yeah, files with data about security jobs they were hired to handle. It'd be a good night's reading if you have insomnia. I was hoping for something a little bit more exciting, like a UFO or something. No clues here. This must be the CEO's desk. It's a lot simpler than I would have thought. Hey, that looks like some super soft. That's like a super soft chair. Let me try it out for a second. Oh, nice. I feel just like a CEO. Hey, you! Whip me up a cup of some really expensive import tea and some scones. Move it! Ah, this is the life. The victim sat in that chair just before he was brutally killed, you know? Oh! Well, what's this? Check out this big, thick binder here. Leave the heavy lifting to me, Nick. Reading a file isn't exactly back-breaking work. Just a little hard on the eyes. Ah! What did you find out, Nick? This file. It's not about any sort of security operations or anything. This huge file is about Master Mass. It's filled with all sorts of info on him. What? What kind of info? It's filled with incredibly detailed information about his methods at the crime scenes. Hey, Nick. Look at the last page. It's a list. Let's see. Tier of... Inamnon, 100,000. Jesus Christ. This is like the list of all the treasures that the mass stole. So then 100,000 is the value of the stolen item? I don't know. That number sounds kind of low to me. That's kind of high to me! I think I better secretly make a copy of this list. I think that's all we got. I'm not missing anything else. Nope, don't. Okay, hold on. Do you know about this? So about this. Huh? What's that? Hey, wait a minute, Maya. What's wrong? We copied that data without permission. Don't show it to him. He might get mad at us. So, what are you two whispering about? Oh, it's nothing. Just my billfold. That's pretty thick. That's a pretty big, thick billfold you got there, pal. Now, I really want you to show it to me. Check this out. Can you tell me a little bit more about this? This was his first heist, and I guess I underestimated him. I was sure I was going to get him, so I was careless and lost the info on the witness. By witness, do you mean the guard in his photo? Yeah, he and the detective worked together to try catching the mask. Oh, but he got away anyway, huh? That guard. I got the weird feeling that I've seen him around lately. What about this? Detective Gumshoe, about this right here. Sorry, it's hard to believe there's a limit to how much my brain can hold. I got 2 ears and 2 eyes, but I only got 1 brain. I can see your eyes and the ears, but the jury is still out on the brain. Hey Nick, if you have something to say, just come out and say it. Okay, I think that's all we're gonna get here. So let's go back to the let's go to the security room actually. October 13th, KB Security Guard Office. Dang, this is decked out. Wow, this is really something else. For a security guard office, it doesn't feel very secure. KB Security Guard. Uh-oh, I just remembered. Larry might be... Hey, Nick, what's up? So here he is. Yo! How's it hanging, dude? And you got my sweet little Maya with you, too. Hi, Larry. Here I was working my fingers to the bone. And in walks an angel. I got no problem with a daytime date. It's all good. No, that's not what we're here for. We're here investigating the Bullet murder case. Huh? Oh yeah, that's right. You're a lawyer, aren't you? He's so hopelessly clueless. Well, if it's about the murder case, boy, have I got some good info for you. Really? What is it? Well, I don't mind sharing with my sweet little Maya. But Nick here is a different story. But Larry, I thought you two were old school buddies. That was then and this is now. Get out my way, Larry. What's this? Something is written on the poster in fine print. A guard's 5 commandments. Wow, this is serious. Let's see what it says. 1. Obey thy superior. 2. Respect thy superior. 3. Smile at thy superior. 4. Salute thy superior. 5. Buy donuts for thy superior upon command. It's signed Wendy Oldbag, head supervisor. That makes so much more sense now. She used to be security. She's one tough old bird, let me tell you. Cross her and you come face to face with her real genuine ray gun. Yeah, sounds scary, alright. Well, fortunately, she's on vacation. That's why I'm so relaxed right now. Oh, thank God, she's on vacation. Okay, let me see what's going on here. So what's this good old info you were talking about, Larry? Hey, I'm a guard, a pro. I can't just give away information for free. He wants a bribe? I thought we were professional. I thought professionals were more, I don't know, honest? Can you talk to him, Maya? Larry, let's tell us already. What's the good info? Hey, I like that. This little kitten has got some claws. Okay. You really want to know? Yes, so tell me. Okay, so here's the thing. Ron the Light was an employee here. And naturally, since I'm a pro, I looked into his background. Follow me? Yes, you're a pro. I follow you. Go on. Well, 1 year ago, Ron the Light was fired. Oh, he was fired. And there was no warning at all. It just happened all of a sudden. I know this is a small company, but I think it was pretty awful. I guess he must have done something bad to have gotten fired like that. Like maybe skipping out on work to go pick up hot chicks or something. No, that's just you. So, what's it like to be a part-time security guard? Let me tell you, it's tough. Well, you know me, I get by alright, I guess. First, I have to keep my eye on those monitors all the time. Monitors? There are security cameras set in each room around the building. It's really hard. Sometimes I feel like my eyes are going to fall out. Oh. And if I see something suspicious, I have to contact one of the teams. What teams? The security teams for this company. They're supposedly the best in the business. I'm no amateur either, so if it's something small, I don't bother calling them. So in other words, you basically watch TV screens all day long. You were in this office when the murder took place, weren't you? Why do you say that? This is just a part-time job for me. I can't operate on the equipment. And I'm dumb. Even if it's a part-time and you're dumb, you're still in charge of security here. Give me a break! Don't try to pin the whole thing on me. It's not fair, Nick. Huh? I don't think you can expect someone like him to take any responsibility. Anyway, the point is, you were here that night, right? Larry! Oh no. I knew something smelled bad. And it was the butts after all. Well, it's like I always say. That was then, and this is now. Okay? Looks like I'm going to have to break his sight locks after all. I need more information. That's my partner's seat. Your partner? Well, that's what I call her. She's my superior, actually. Kind of a weird old lady. There's tea spilled all over that machine, you know. Oh, don't worry about it. Just the other day, I spilled some chocolate milk on mine. It still works fine, more or less. They really know how to build them, I guess. Okay. Hey, Larry. That's your jacket, isn't it? That's right. You know You hung it right on top of some kind of a lever? Yeah, sure. I was told to never ever touch that lever. She scowled and huffed at me. Something terrible will happen if you do. Got it, Greenhorn? So, why'd you hang your jacket on such an important lever? Because it got me curious. If the jacket weight pulls the lever down, that's what they call an accident. Larry, please. Doesn't the suspense just kill you? Don't you want to know what will happen, huh? It's true. It's killing me too. What about you, Nick? Yeah, but for a different reason. Those screens there show what's going on all over the building, everywhere. It's my job to keep a steady eye on them, all of them. I wouldn't sound so smug if I were you. Can you watch regular TV on these too? If anyone would sit here and watch TV instead of working, it's Larry. Hey, Maya, I'm a pro, okay? Besides, you can't get regular TV on it. And how do you know that, Larry? Because that was my first bit of investigation, if you know what I mean. You know what? I know what you're thinking. It was a professional investigation, alright? Okay. Okay, Larry. Alright. Wow, take a look at these things here. Hey, Larry, what are they? Did you say, Hey, man, it's not like I have to know what they are to do my job. I always thought they were just some kind of decoration or something. Oh, boy. How did this guy ever get a job here anyway? You don't know what that is? No clues here. No, there was right here. That's my workstation. Pretty cool, huh? I keep a steady eye on the monitors and use that mic for communicating. Look at all this equipment. It must be hard to operate. No biggie. I think there's just instruction manual somewhere in this room. Somewhere? Instruction manual? What are you gonna do if they're in an emergency? Well, I guess I start by calmly looking for the instruction manual. During that time, my partner, the old lady, would calmly look for her reading glasses. That's what us security professionals call teamwork. How does he have a job? Even Maya and Pearls could run this place better. Hey, what's that supposed to mean? Examine everything within... even... What? Examine every... Okay, well, essentially just said examine everything in this room. Do you have anything else to... Okay, night of the crime, huh? Okay, so I'm gonna check this out. I don't think I have any decisive evidence on him yet, but let me see what he says first. The night of the crime. On the night of the crime, were you working hard like you were supposed to? Huh? What? Of course I was. Why wouldn't I have been? But didn't you sneak out of work just yesterday to go see Mr. Light? But that was this and that was that and this is this. Is there any chance that you snuck out of work last night too? Never! I didn't sneak out. I tell you what, I'll even bet you $1. $1? Wow, now that's confidence. What's with that drenched in the rain puppy look on your face? Do you have any evidence that I left my position? Or are you just pulling my chain? The evidence that Larry was not manning his station when the murder happened is... I don't think I have enough evidence yet. I should investigate and gather some more clues before I try again. Yeah. Let me come back to you, Larry. Let me find some more information. This is proof that Rhonda Light was here and at the crime scene when the murder happened. His wallet and this key card, huh? I think we need to ask Mr. Delight some more things about those two things. She's right. October 13th, Detention Center, Visitors Room. I already told you! It's not! A sad, pitiful whine that tapers into silence. Sounds like they're interrogating Mr. Delight right now. Man, and we don't have enough time as it is. Yeah, well, I guess the police are going crazy just like we are. Yesterday they thought he was just a thief, but now they got a murder case on their hands. I guess you're right. That guard over there looks a bit on edge too. Come on, we'll just have to come back later. Okay, let's go check out some other place, Nick. Nope, not here. So... Excuse me? That pathetic looking wooden box. Ah! Wait, I think we read this already. We did. Can we look at this camera? This is the camera and the computer that Detective Atme set up, huh? That's what he said. And yet he still let it take a picture of him. I guess he's not as smart as he pretends to be. The camera belonged to Lord Taylor, so he knew he couldn't tamper with it. So then why would Master Mass allow that to happen? Next slide. Looks like to me like there's been dry for several days. You already read that. We're not questioning this paint here. We already read this. That's why I'm not reading over it. Okay. So I'ma save it. Looked like they gave me a little bit of health back. I gotta break past these two here. Sacred Urn. Miss Andrews, do you know anything about the Sacred Urn? Do I know anything? I'm in charge of the entire treasure exhibit. The urn that was submitted before the court today. It's obviously not the same urn as before. Well, that's true. Maybe it isn't the same, but it could be. It could be a fake. A fake? You're the one who said it. It wasn't the same, so that's the most obvious explanation. Do you have any evidence that the urn was submitted at the trial? Do you have any evidence the urn that was submitted at the trial was genuine? Well, Miss Andrews? See, look, it was a fake after all. Huh? I mean, your evidence is fake too, as expected. Oh, I guess that wasn't much. Oh, dang. Oh, the urn was taken. I'm locked in. There's nothing here. I have a question for you. Do you know about this? Oh, is that a letter addressed to my Ronnie? Sorry, but I hate it when people poke their noses into other people's business. It looks like Mr. Light doesn't know about it, which means she has no idea her husband was being blackmailed. Okay, what about this? That's Ronnie's wallet. It was found at KB Security on the night of the murder. Ronnie and I went out to dinner early that evening. I'm sure he had his wallet with him then. So it's true then. He must have dropped it at the crime scene. Ah, I know what that is. That's one of those key cards from Barney's company. Come to think of it, it's been a long time since I've seen one. That's probably because Ron doesn't work there anymore. Excuse me, would you take a look at this? Oh, I'm sorry, I haven't the faintest idea. I guess I just don't get out enough. Excuse me, but would you take a look at this? She don't got nothing for me. I'm trying to think. He hasn't come out yet because I have to solve... I'm gonna have to push Larry. So then I can push the urn. I mean, the only thing I can really get him for is this. This wallet. You know about this, right? I've never seen it before. Liar. You hand delivered this wallet to Mr. Light just yesterday, dude. Give me a break. You can't expect me to remember every little thing that happens. Well, I do expect you to remember something that happened just yesterday. What time was it when you found this wallet? I guess it was around 1 in the morning on the first floor of our company building. 1 o'clock in the morning. That's right. In other words, Larry, at the time of the murder, you were away from the security office. Yeah, but there was something you didn't think about. What's that? My shift that day didn't start until 10 p.m. The murder might have snuck in before then. What do you mean by that? If the murder had snuck in before 10 p.m., then it wasn't my fault. It was the fault of the guy whose shift was before mine. Why do I have the feeling he still doesn't get the seriousness of this? Listen up, Larry. We know that beyond a shadow of a doubt that the killer snuck into the CEO's office after 10 p.m. during your shift. The killer snuck into the CEO's office after 10 p.m. during your shift? Larry, when did you use this key card? When you use this key card, does it leave a record? Yeah, it does. But I can't show the record to just anyone, you know. That key card data was already made public in trial today. What? I didn't know that. Any kind of request for info like that's supposed to go through me. Boy, does this sound a bit arrogant coming from a part-time guard. Anyway, according to the data, the door to the CEO's office was open with this card. Furthermore, it was most definitely used at 1 a.m., the time of the murder. No way. Yes, someone used this to get into the CEO's office. That happened at 1 a.m. on the night of the crime, right in the middle of your shift. Oh. Larry, you can't duck your responsibility this time. No! Alright, Larry, come on, tell the truth, buddy. Ooh, got all my health back. Thank the Lord. Oh, I knew it. It's all my fault. It's my fault that the boss was killed. My fault. Larry. There was nothing I could do. I have important issues to deal with too, man. What happened that night anyway? My Donna happened. Huh? Your Donna? I got a bad feeling about this. What a wuss. Man, he doesn't do right. Yeah, my Donna called and said, I have to talk to you right away. Oh my god. So he dipped out for a girl. So I went to see her and he was standing right there next to her. Oh, and then he got his girlfriend taken. Who was? Her new boyfriend. It was like some horrible joke. Before I knew what was going on, the guy socked me right in the kisser. What the fudge did you do? Normally, I'm the one that does the punching. Isn't that right, Maya? Yeah. So, that's why you left the security guard office? What? I'm sorry. It's my fault. How can I ever make up for it, Nick? What can I do? What? Bro, your boss is dead. You can't make up for anything. Actually, oh my god, do you go to jail if you screw up on your job too? No, you get in some deep trouble, right? If you're a security guard and you're supposed to be guarding and you wasn't at your guard post and somebody ended up dead, I mean, not only is he out of a job because he doesn't have a boss, doesn't he go to jail too? Or maybe not go to jail. Doesn't he get like a really hefty fine? Is that how that works? He's curled up on the floor crying like a baby. Oh boy. Nick! Is there anything I could do? Anything. Just name it. Okay, first, buddy, get off the floor. Get out of the fetal position and get off the floor. I'll do whatever I have to do to make up for it. I swear I will. Larry. Hey, Nick, as long as he's offering, why don't you show him the evidence we got? She's right. Maybe we'll get at least one bit of useful information from him. Nick! Alright. Can you do me a solid, buddy, and tell me what this is? I think you know how much I want to help you guys, but I really don't know what to say about that. What is it, Nick? It's just that he seems so, I don't know, pleasant. What about this? The buzzer in the CEO's office is directly connected to this room, right? That's right. Just like my heart is connected to yours, Maya. Huh? Go ahead, Maya. Press the buzzer in your heart. I promise I'll come running to your rescue, like the professional guard I am. Wow, that was pretty good. Heh, thanks, I try. Do you think you could tell us about the buzzard now? Yes, please. Please tell us. Okay, I guess so. Prepare to be wowed. And he proceeded to tell us absolutely nothing. Come on! I think you know how much I want to... Okay. He don't got... He said to show him something. What am I showing him? So what about this? Huh? Maya, you shouldn't have. A love letter for me? No, sorry. This is a blackmail letter. What? How do you know about that, Maya? Huh? How much is Alexis demanding? Alexis demanding this time? Huh? Who is this Alexis? Didn't we show him this letter yesterday too? I'm pretty sure we did. Nope, he don't got nothing on that. What am I talking to him with him about? Oh, that's the wallet I found. You found it when you snuck out of work to get socked in the kisser, right? I didn't sneak out of work to get socked in the kisser. I only have been more responsible at work. I might have spotted the murderer on the monitor like I was supposed to. Larry, you really do feel bad, don't you? Yeah, well, maybe it's all for the best. I think it's brought Desi and I closer together. Dude, she's married! Just like they say, every cloud has a silver lining. You gotta see that old water glass as half full, right? Am I right? Now he's starting to sound like the Larry I know. Don't forget, Nick, half full. Okay, I think I have hit almost everything except for this. So, was this the card that was used by the culprit that night? Well, going off the serial number, then yeah. This card was used to open the CEO's office door at 1 in the morning. Your client had this card, right? Then it's a no-brainer. He's the killer, man. Ugh. That doesn't help me at all. Have you seen this? No. I accidentally pressed the buzzer earlier. Yeah, I heard it. So that was you, huh? You're a security guard, aren't you? Why didn't you come to the CEO's office? Well, this is the 3rd floor of the basement. The CEO's office is in the 1st floor. I thought it would be a good idea to adopt a wait and approach. Adopt a wait and see approach. Plus, there's a police detective there, right? I just didn't think it was necessary. It's as if he's trying to win an award for the laziest person on the planet. Let's get back to talking about the night of the murder, okay? Is it true that the buzzer didn't go off that night? There must be a record there, right? You must have looked at it, right? Of course I did. I couldn't possibly have made a mistake either. Do you think you could take just one more look for me? Pretty please? Oh, okay. I just can't say no to you, Maya. What do you think, Nick? He's probably right. I don't even think Larry could make a mistake. Oh! What is it? What's wrong? I made a mistake! God. Why? Huh? But how? It can't be. It's impossible. Oh, okay, enough already. What about the records? That night, it went off just once in the morning, around 1 a.m. 1 a.m.? That's when the murder happened. Really? Are you serious? That's terrible. It can't be. What was he doing, man? Alright, we're leaving you. We're going to the CEO's office. I am sick. Detective Gumshoe, oh. Okay, well, we broke that down, so now we're gonna go... What is the evidence I can use that she... It says organic. No, it doesn't. Okay, I think I've read this before. Oh, wait, what's this? Oops. Looks like part of a big signboard. All I can read on it is oh. It's because it turned out that Admin was a real thief. It's still hard to believe. Looks like Adrian feels really bad about it. I'm gonna take full responsibility and fix that sword myself. I know I don't look it, but I have the complete confidence I can fix it right up. I promise I'll fix it so you'll never know it was bent in the first place. Please be gentle with it. So she can fix something. She just admitted it. Alright, let me save it here. Then let me see if I can drag her into, or trick her into... Sacred Urn. Miss Andrews, do you know anything about the Sacred Urn? Do I know? Okay, let me see. Maybe it isn't the same. It could be a fake. Fake. You're the one who said it wasn't the same, so it's most okay. Do you have any evidence that the urn was submitted? That was submitted at the trial was genuine. I mean, I could use that. Wow, it seems like it just goes up and up. Okay, I only got... Nope. Dang it. I don't know. I'll be back. You win again, Miss Andrews. Wait. I should put my attorney. Oh, they already. Maybe he's here now? No. Oh, maybe. She don't know nothing about that. Why did I come here? She doesn't know anything about that. And he's not here. God dang it. What did I come back here for? What do you think? Actually, no, I shouldn't even ask you. Something that proves There's just a bunch of old urns. Are these really treasures too? Of course they are. This is a treasure exhibit, isn't it? Well, yeah, I guess so. So all it takes to be a treasure is age? No wonder nobody likes museums. What's this? A piece of cloth with a ton of fine writing characters jammed onto it. I swear. What are you hiding, lady? Kinda. I'm thinking. She's saying I don't have any evidence on her. And the only thing I could really think of, it could be... Trying to think. Can't be that. Can't be... I mean, it could... I mean, I could show her a picture. I could show her a picture. Hey, what's going on, the boy? This is, welcome to the stream. This is called Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. This is basically like a little detective court game. Yeah, so right now I'm just kind of stuck. So right now I'm just trying to unlock. Yeah, kind of like a soft lock stuck. Right now so she won't give me any information. So there's these things called psych locks, and that's when the person doesn't want to divulge any more information. So they'll essentially just sit there, and there'll be like 1, 2, 3, 8 locks, whatever kind of locks pop up if you ask them a particular question. So you have to use this Magatama to look into their soul and ask them and pretty much prove them wrong with evidence, so that they can actually tell you about what their height, kind of like divulge, like the stuff that they don't want to divulge to you. So right now she's saying that the sacred urn is fake. I'm just trying to figure out. I think I'm doing something wrong. Wait, did I go to the... She don't have nothing for me. And he's not there. Huh. That's weird. Huh. Is subscribing now, just found the channel. Hey, I appreciate you. We moving on up slowly. How'd you find me anyway? I was just kind of out there. Just kind of out there. I don't know what's particularly wrong. Let me go back to Larry. Maybe I'm missing something at Larry. Excuse me. Uh, but he gave me the stuff, didn't he? Buzzer went off once. Can you tell me about this? You guys really made me reflect on the way I've been living. But the only problem is, with all this reflecting, where's the time for love? Frankly, I think reflecting is a bit overrated, you know? What are you going on about, Larry? Plus, do you honestly have any new info on the Buzzard record? Huh? The record? No, nothing at all. This guy reflects about as much as a piece of black carpeting. Yeah, cause your live popped up? Oh, okay. Cool, the live popped up. It's spreading. You don't want to. Oh, okay, let's see. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out what I'm missing. Oh, wait. Do you know about your boss? The CEO of our company. He's a pretty good guy. Huh? Really? Yeah, you bet. You know how I'm not good about working hard, right? Yeah, I kind of noticed. Well, guess what? The boss said to me about that. I don't expect much work from you, Larry. In return, just don't expect much pay. Wow. I see. I guess he had to follow some kind of dumb law about having security in this building. So in order to pay the lowest wage possible, he went to the bottom of the barrel. To be honest, I really looked up to the boss. If I ever grow up to be a CEO, I want to be just like him. Sometimes if they ask if you're fine and you say you're not really, never mind. And don't worry, Nick. I promise I'll hire you for security. We don't need your security. Oh, Lord. I think I examined everything in here, right? Okay, I don't know what I'm missing. I feel like I'm missing something. I just don't know what it is. Hey, do you know about her? Detective Gumshoe, what about this person? Sorry, pal. Okay. Do you know about this guy? No, he doesn't. Do you know about this guy? Detective Gumshoe, tell us more about Mr. Shane Bluebard. That's Kane Bullard, not Shane Bluebard, pal. Oh yeah, the victim in this case doesn't make much of an impression on me. Well, you were the victim up until Mr. Bullard was found dead. Yeah, and his body wasn't discovered until this morning. Anyway, we don't have enough information yet. Can you help us out? Sorry, I'm actually a little confused myself. For some reason, I'm just blabbering like an idiot right now. Okay, Nick. Now's our chance to get more info out of the victim, so hurry and ask. There we go. Can you tell us some more information about Mr. Bullard? He was a CEO in KB Security, right? What kind of company is that anyway? Well, the company basically sends the security teams out to the buildings to guard them. Mr. Bullard must have had a chance to learn a lot of secrets while doing this kind of work. Oh? And? And I don't know how to put this, but the guy's kind of a money grubber. Really, me too. I just love money. I can't get enough. We all can't get enough of money. Absolutely not. We need more money. More. That job was a lie. The job pays you about negative $25 a month. Oh yeah, Larry knows that. He's just lazy. Please stop leaning in towards me like that. You aren't getting into my wallet. Anyway, it looks like he did some pretty shifty stuff to earn his millions. Oh, so that's my problem. I need to be a shiftier. Let me go already. Hey, stop reaching for his wallet. Apparently he was involved in selling trade secrets between rival companies. Ooh, that's pretty dirty and underhanded. Yeah. Oh, KB Security used the head security operations against Master Mass. What? Really? Yeah, and after screwing up so many times, the company's reputation really took a nosedive. So it really was Bullard who sent Ron the blackmail letter, huh? I think that's all we needed. Maybe we can go now. Not to the security room. There we go. That I was missing some stuff. That's the problem with Phoenix Wright. If I get stuck, I know I'm missing something. So it can be as simple as me not talking to somebody, me not asking something, me not looking for like more information and clues. It could be down to the really smallest details during this investigation. Oh yeah, by the way, we are currently in the investigation stage. So we are just finding out more information about who was murdered, why they were murdered, who was involved, why did it happen, what was going on, what was the environment the victim was in, that type of stuff. And then we go to the fun part. Yes, a man was murdered. So let me I can't go back right now. Once I'm done with this dialogue, I'll show you. So this so originally, so I'll start from scratch. I'll just try to summarize it. We started off with nobody being dead, which was bizarre because usually majority of the Phoenix Wright cases somebody dies. Um, so it was about a thief that stole Maya's urn. Maya is the girl with the purple outfit. She's her urn was stolen from her family heirloom. There was a family heirloom um of hers that they were kind of putting up for auctions to see if anybody wanted to buy it. It was something like that. It was like a museum or something they were doing. Anywho, this urn was stolen. We were just trying to figure out what was going on. And then randomly out of the blue, the phantom thief comes in and turns himself in, and the urn is basically like a vase. It's like a vase, and it has like the deceased remains in there, like ashes, like cremations. Yeah, an urn basically. It's like that. It's like a yes. So basically, it was an urn that was stolen. Her family heirloom was stolen, and the phantom thief comes in to and turns herself into the police. The funny thing is, his wife calls us. We have a conversation with her, and she says, "No, he wouldn't hurt a fly. Or not hurt a fly. He didn't steal anything. He's innocent." So then we become his lawyer, and we defend him. We got this ace detective that's been on this fandom thief for a hot second, trying to prove, claiming that he's his arch nemesis, some crazy nonsense or something or another. So we pin the thievery on that guy, and we made the phantom thief innocent. But then randomly in the court of law, he said, "No, I'm actually the thief. Please arrest me. I've actually done it." And I'm sitting here going, "What in the world?" And so we made him innocent. And in the midst of this, Larry, the guy that we were just talking to, he found his wallet at the security company. So the theft went on at 1 a.m. and the murder also took place at 1 a.m. So what ended up happening was Larry found the Phantom Thief's wallet at 1 a.m., which in turn made him a prime suspect for murder of this Bullard guy. Yeah, not 3 a.m. Not 3 a.m. 1 a.m. So this guy died at 1 a.m. and his body was found in a vault. So they checked the vault. This guy's body came falling out. Boom, that was it. he was dead. So right now we need to find more information on what is happening, and hopefully he is truthful. Let me get my. Why is my? Hold on, 1 second. Let me. Cause my lovely little computer is running a little hot, so I'm gonna put a fan on it real quick. Cause I feel the heat from here, and I have no idea why it's doing that. All right, might hear it clicking, might hear my fan clicking every once in a while. All right, so let's get into this. Did the vault have a 3 rare chests Fortnite? I don't know what's in the vault. All I know, there was a dead body in the vault, so I'm gonna say no. It was just a dead body of an old guy. October 13th, Detention Center Visitors Room. Ah, Mr. Wright! Mr. Delight! Did they finish their interrogation? Yes, but please don't leave me alone anymore! Mr. Delight, you lied to us before, didn't you? Well, you see. On the same night the sacred urn was stolen from Lordy Taylor department store, a blackmail letter you got summons you to KB security to hand over some money. And then that's where the CEO, Kane Bullard, was murdered. But there's only one Ron Delight, am I right? So the question is, where were you that night? This time I want to hear the whole truth. Your life depends on it. Okay. Mr. Delight, do you still insist that you are Master Mass? Isn't that what I've been saying since yesterday? That was a quick response. Tell me about it. To be honest, it's starting to get irritating. But listen, Mr. Delight. At the trial today, we learned the true identity of the thief, didn't we? Take a good look, everyone. I'm sorry, I didn't have the energy to do that laugh. I stared at it. I was just like, can my voice do this right now? I said, my voice said no. No, we're tapping out right now. No, we can't do it. I was like, okay, we'll go on with this. Take a good look, everyone. Unable to find a rival worthy of my genius, I was forced to create one by myself. Here I am, the tragic clown. I guess it's true. I wasn't the one who stole that urn. Of course not. After all, you were at the KB security at the time. So then the person dressed up as Master Mass in this photo, it's gotta be Detective Atme. Why does the mask have a star? For aesthetic purposes. So that night, you didn't go to Lordy Taylor, you went to KB Security, right? Yes, I went to KB Security at the time the blackmail note said I should. Alright, what happened next? Well, I used to work there, so I knew where the CEO office was. I knocked, but there was no answer. Oh, you were set up, buddy. I don't think you murdered that guy. It was Luke Atme. In the name, could you play a game for me? What game? I made it in 5 minutes. Oh no, I can't. Well, currently right now I'm doing Phoenix Wright. Maybe down the line I can try to do that. Is it something that I can get off of Steam or something? Because I'm gonna be honest, if it's something I have to download personally, I don't feel like I can do that. Just for safety precautions. I'll link it as free. No scam. Uh, what kind of game is it? It's on Scratch? A school-friendly thing? Mm, I'll have to think about that, to be honest. I'm again, keep playing. Yeah, I'll think about it, man. Like again, it's like I said, it's no offense to you, but you know, you gotta be careful out here, you know. Not saying that you would do it or nothing. That's just like I just want to be careful. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead back into the murder, and then we can see. So I think this guy got tied up. I think his partner he was in cahoots with set him up. So now use the key card to unlock the door. That's probably when he dropped his wallet. When I went into the CEO's office, I keep saying CEO's office. CEO's office. Someone was in there. Someone? And then suddenly they bashed me over the head. Bam! Was it Kane Bullet that hit you? I don't know. The person ran away while I was still stunned. When I came to my senses, the sight I saw left me speechless. The dead body of the CEO was right in front of me. I thought I'd die myself. Anyway, I thought I should do something with the body. So you put it in the vault? So that's why you put it in the safe? Yes, that's right. I used to be the chief of one of the security teams, so I knew how to open it. Okay, and what did you do after that? Well, I got out of there for starters. I was the one who set up the security cameras in that building. So I knew how to avoid being spotted by them. Nick, all of a sudden, Mr. Delight kind of sounds like a murderer to me. Please don't say that. Mr. Delight, is it true that 1 year ago, you were forced to quit KB Security? How did you... I'm begging you, please don't tell Desi, please! Don't worry, we haven't told anyone yet. Whew, thank goodness. No, but I suppose I'll have to tell her sometime. She'll find out eventually. So he likes to cut out. So whenever I just kind of stop talking, you see these wordings kind of grayed out. That means he just stopped talking. So I'm just gonna leave you guys to just kind of read that out there. Why have you been hiding it from her anyway? Desi would despise me if she ever found out I was living a life of crime. A criminal, a thief. She'd never forgive me. My marriage would be over. I kind of figured. Knowing that, why did you become a thief in the first place? Because Desi spends money like it's water. There's no job in the world that could bring in enough money. Except being a thief, at least. That's what I thought anyway. So he became Master for Desiree, huh? Answers a lot. I need more information out of you, sir. That's the emergency buzzer for the CEO's office. Don't press it. It makes a terrible racket. Sorry. I just love making a lot of noise. Of course you do, Maya. Does this buzzer have something to do with the case? Well, at this point, I don't really know yet. After all, there were no prints on it, or anything else for that matter. This right here. This list. We found it in the office of the CEO, Mr. Bullard. Hey, that's the list of all the things the Master Mask stole! And that's the value of each item listed next to them. $1,000, $150,000. Are you sure that's the value of the stolen items? The number seems a little low to me. Even on the black market, the price should be at least 3 times higher than that. I guess he knows about that stuff because he used to be a security guard. The buzzer went off just once around the time the bullet was killed. Oh! That's scary. Do you know anything about that, Mrs. Delight? Sorry. I'm afraid I don't. Why am I not surprised by how clueless he is anymore? This right here, is this you? Hey! This article about my debut heist! Ah! Boy, that was a tough one. Boy, before I knew it, they were hot on my trail. But the mask, he must have gotten away, right? It says in the article that he disappeared. That's right. I suddenly got my bursts of inspiration. I hid my mask costume in a nearby plastic bucket. Then I quickly changed into my security guard uniform. Pretty clever, eh? Wow, awesome. Hey, hold on. The guard in this photo? Is this you, Mr. Delight? That's right. Nice trick if I do say so myself. Nice and easy to figure out. Even pros could see through that in a heartbeat. These clipping... Oh, it's updated. But as you can expect, the Detective Atney found the disguise. He truly deserves the title of Ace Detective. Detective Atney found the Master disguise? That is interesting. Yes, and I heard that he brought it home with him. So that's it. That's when Atney got his hands on this. Thanks to that, I got a chance to remake my costume. That must have been really time-consuming, huh? Yes, it took quite a while to complete. Anyway, a few days after that, I received the first of blackmail letters. Blackmail letters? You got them starting when? Tell me more now. Hey, calm down. Don't get so worked up. Oh, now we learned something. What is this? So this was a blackmail letter written by KB Security CEO Kane Bullard? I think so, probably. You can only get into the CEO's office if you have a key card. And the blackmail letter said to meet at KB Security. Guess no one other than Mr. Bullard could have written that letter then. I don't think so. Do you know... What do you think about... Okay. He's the ace detective, alright. He's been hot on my trail since the first heist. Yes, but he made a pretty stunning confession in court today. It was me all along. I am Master Mass. I don't know what to say. I guess he's just delusional. That's exactly what your wife said about you. Mr. Bullard, my old boss, it's so sad. Do you have any idea what might have happened? Was there anyone that might have wanted him dead? Oh yeah, sure. Mr. Bullard was the type of guy to make lots of enemies. He did lots of threatening things to people. Wait, do you mean he scared people or that he threatened them with blackmail? Well, I guess they're kind of the same, right? Steps on how to get to the game. It's not FNAF game. First search scratch. Hey Digi, what's going on? How's it going? It's Muggy here, so I'm kind of fatigued. Trying to wake up with one of those Mountain Dew flavors. Ooh, Mountain Dew. I haven't had Mountain Dew in a long time. This blackmail letter, is this the first one you got? No, of course not. But this is the first one I've ever called me out to a specific location. So did you start receiving the blackmail letters after this incident? Yes, just a few days after the tier of Mingmong. I'm gonna say this wrong every time I think heist. That first letter, it said, I know you did it. So someone found out about your true identity just like that? It's not an easy being a master thief, you know. I've got proof that it was you, so give up. It went on to say, but so in the end I had to give up the treasure I went through all that trouble to steal. Is that right? Hey, hang on a second. What do you mean you had to give it up? Oh, don't worry. After I put the jewel in the safe deposit box, the letter, wait. After I put the jewel in the safe deposit box, the letter said, someone sent me 10 grand. No one said anything about me being worried, you know. After that, I started getting the plans in the mail. Plans? What are these plans you're talking about? They were instructions on how to steal the crown or the painting or some other rare treasure. They showed the security blind spots, escape routes, and even suggested training methods. So you mean the one that planned the heist wasn't you? No, it wasn't. I only planned the very first one. After that, I received the plans from a very kind person. Incredibly detailed plans. It sounds like Mr. Delight is thankful to the person that was blackmailing him. So Ron Delight was Master Mass after all? But someone else is behind the thefts? Someone who planned them all out in detail? All I had to do was deposit the treasures I stole into the safe deposit box. Alright, the boy. You have a good night, morning, or afternoon, wherever you are. Please play the game. Well, I'll have to see, but I'll check it first, okay? All I had to wait, that's it. All I had to do was deposit the treasures I stole into the safe deposit box. The boy Noe. I got you. I was just trying to shorten it for me. Then I just waited for the cash to come in the mail. Could you try not to look so gleeful about it? So you went after the sacred urn because of one of those plans too? Well, see, the truth is, I've never seen the urn. All I did was follow the instructions and steal what I was told to steal. Mr. Delight, is everything you just told me the truth? Yes, but please don't tell Desi, okay? Ron's testimony. Ron, before we go, there's one more thing I want to ask you. Yes, but please don't hurt me. Mr. Kane Bullard, do you swear that it wasn't him, that it wasn't you who killed him? Yes, of course. I could never. I'm not lying. All I did was hide his body in the safe. I still don't know why you did that. But then I was afraid they'd discover what I did, so I turned myself in yesterday. Why? Well, if the judge had ruled I was guilty of robbery, then I have an alibi, right? I guess so. You're really clever, Mr. Delight. I guess I have no choice but to take Mr. Delight at his word. Mystic Maya! Hey, Pearly! I'm back. Hey, Pearls. So what have you been up to this whole time? The sacred urn, Mr. Nick. I took it back to Karain Village to have it examined. And? What did you find out? Well, there were no need to worry. They said it's the real urn. Whew. That's a relief. I was really worried. But there's one small problem. Problem? These cute little pink splotches. They said it is paint. And they were put on the urn recently. Why are we talking about pink splotches again? What's the big deal? What's the big deal? We gotta find out how they got there. That's the big deal. Yes, Mr. Nick, we gotta find out how they got there. Okay. We'll go there. We'll go find out how they got there. But please don't forget about me. The urn has been refiled into the court record. October 13th, Lordy Taylor Basement Warehouse. Oh, Pearl, nice to see you. Hello there. I haven't seen you around lately. What have you been up to? Well, actually, I was having this urn examined. I see. Maybe we take another good look at this urn. We can figure out the mystery of what exactly happened here. Nick, let's look around one more time. I mean, we did. It looks to me as... okay. This is the same color as the paint slosh... okay, on the urn. So then, the question is... what's the cause of this odd shape? Let's look around here and carefully, Mr. Nick. Alright. It's this box. This box, okay. Looks like there's some pink paint on it too. It's definitely the same color as the stuff on our urn. I think I know how the paint got on it now. Alright, let's investigate again, Nick. Sweet. Alright, milady. I think we got all our evidence now. Wait, no I don't. I regret it. Actually, hold on. Actually, wait, never mind. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. Hold on. Okay, wait, no. Okay. Okay, yeah, that was it. I'm ready. Miss Andrews, do you know anything about the sacred urn? Do I know anything? Do you have any evidence? Yes, I do, actually. Sorry to break it to you, but the urn is genuine. Is the genuine article. Pearls went back to Karain Village and had it examined. Is that right? That's nice, but I don't see how. What she discovered was that the urn had been broken again. Did you say again? Yes. It was broken once a year ago. It now looks like the same thing has happened. And quite recently, too. Recently? Are you saying that this urn was broken recently? Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. Why do you think it was broken recently? How do you know? The pink splotches? Oh, they're gonna hit me 2 times if I get this wrong. I'm gonna go with this one. This poster. It was made recently, right? Poster? Ah, that poster for the exhibit. At the time when this photo was taken, the urn said, I am. But now, for some mysterious reason, it says, Amy. When the urn was fixed, the letters were transposed. Ah, gotcha. I am? What does that even mean? I don't know anything about that. It wasn't even there when the photo for this poster was taken. That was a mistake. Now tell the truth. Wait. For? Even if the urn was broken, I had nothing to do with it. Huh? Yes, that's it. It must have been one of the people at the photo shoot. They probably dropped it. I'm sure that's what happened. Looks like she's not going to give up that last cycle lock so easily. Do you have any proof the urn was broken here at Lodi Taylor? Well, Miss Andrews? What is this supposed to mean? This urn had these pretty little pink paint splotches on it. And there's some on the box the urn was stored in too. No matter how you look at it, the paint seems to be exactly the same, wouldn't you say? So, what does that prove? That the urn was dropped along with the box. That's when they both got paint on them. Are you with me so far? Yes. The rest of the story is obvious. The box was dropped right here in Lodi Taylor's basement warehouse. If I can prove that, it means that the urn was broken here too. So can you prove that? Can you prove the box was dropped here at the basement at the warehouse? Well, Miss Andrews? Actually, I think I should be the one asking the questions. Huh? Are you feeling ill, Mr. Wright? Dang it! Ooh, that hurts. Can I prove it was broken at the... Yeah, I can. Right here. Looks like to me this has been dry for several days. Mr. Nick, could it be that this odd shape is... Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is it. Ah, that's the box! If you look here, there's a little bit of paint on the box as well. Wow, you're right! Look, it matches. What is it, Mr. Nick? This is all turning out exactly as I thought it would. Got it! Okay, now she can't escape. Oh, I was like, wait, where did she go? Now she can't escape. Where did she go? I'm ready. Alright, we're just gonna speed run through this. Speed running! Okay, we broke that one. Okay, here we go. The urn was dropped along with the box, and that's when they both got paint on them. Are you with me so far? Yes. The rest of the story is obvious. This box was dropped right here at Lodi Taylor's basement warehouse. If I can prove that, then it means that the urn was broken here too. Can you prove that? Can you prove that the box was dropped here at the basement of the warehouse? I think you already know where I'm going with this, don't you? Yes, more or less. There's pink paint splattered on the floor and the walls of the basement warehouse. But there's an odd shape imprinted into the part of the paint stain, am I right? Yes. If you put this box into the impression in the paint, you can see it fits perfectly. Which means the box was dropped right over there! And that is when the urn was broken. Your name. What did she say? That went so quick. Give me my points back. Hey! Alright. I'm so sorry. I was the one who broke the urn. Boy, does this make me feel like some sort of evil school teacher. I'm a terrible person. Not only did I break it, but I tried to hide what I did. Well, that's not so hard to understand, is it, Pearly? No, not at all. I know just how she feels. It happened about 2 weeks ago. Just after the poster photo was taken on the same day the urn arrived here. I thought I'd put it away down here for safekeeping. I was carrying it in the box. When I tripped on a paint can and lost my balance, the box I was carrying crashed to the ground. I heard a terrible noise and thought my heart was going to stop. Fearing the worst, I opened the lid of the box. That was when it happened. It broke in pieces and the urn fell out of the box and landed right in the paint. I was in shock. I let out a huge scream. I can totally see how that could have happened. Yeah, as clumsy as she is, I'm sure Maya understands. Well, I knew it was the most important treasure of all Korean village. So I tried as hard as I could to fix it. Fortunately, the shards were pretty big. And that's when I got changed to Amy? I didn't know how it was originally written. But any sane person fixed it would have assumed it said Amy. Any sane person? Really? Oh, pearls. She said she wasn't really good at spelling. Anyway, I put the urn into the storeroom and no one had seen it since then. Okay. But there's something I don't get. When we first came here, I didn't see any paint stains. Well, that's because it was so ugly and embarrassing. I used the golden statue to cover it. The Amy Space statue? Aha! The first time that we came down here, it was on the night the sacred urn was stolen. But Mr. Nick, there were no paint marks on the wall or floors of the warehouse when we were here. Well, there's a good reason for that. On the day of the crime around noon, that golden statue just happened to arrive from the mountain training hall. And I realized that the statue would be a perfect size for covering up paint stains. That's why I put it where you first saw it. I see. Now it makes perfect sense. But there's still one thing I find strange. What is it, Pearl? The day after the urn was stolen, we came here again. And at that time, the statue had been moved and the paint was clearly visible. She's right about that. Well, Miss Andrews. Huh? What? I don't know anything about that. I placed it there to cover the paint. Why would I move it again? Well, who was it? Who would have done it and why? On the day before the theft, the statue was definitely closer to the door. Then the next day it was moved, but why? It looks like there's some connection between the sacred urn and the murder case. But why do you think so, Nick? Because that night, the real thief, Ron the Light, was at KB Security. So then why did another master mask show up here? A lot of different things are pointing to one undeniable fact. One undeniable fact? The murder trial is starting tomorrow, but it looks like that thief is going to be making another appearance. To be continued. Wow, that was a lot, guys. That was a lot. Let me see, what time is it? I think we can squeeze in the court case. What do you guys think? I think we can squeeze in the court case. Hopefully the court case isn't too long. The investigation took about 2 hours, so... Whew, hopefully I can knock out through this court case. October 14th, 9:41 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby number 4. Hey, Nick! What is it this time? You won't believe how many people are here for the trial. Well, it is a murder case. What are you talking about? They're here for the trial next door. Next door? What? Why don't you know this, Nick? They're having Detective Amy's trial today. Detective Amy's? They said they're going to try him as Master Mass. Already? That was fast. Boy, I'd love to see Master Mass trial. I know. By the way, where's Pearls? Oh. She went back home. She says she can't neglect her training anymore. I know you don't like me. Who's talking to us? Pearls has really gotten into her training lately, huh? Yeah, ever since that incident last year. Please, don't ignore me! Oh, Mrs. Delight, good morning. No one likes me. No one would notice me even if I killed someone. Come on, don't be silly. Wait a sec. You don't mean you're the murderer? No, I'm just a poor thief. No, wait, that's not right. A thief... Now let's see. According to Mr. Delight, from his second crime on, he was following a bunch of set plans. Plans that someone had been sending him to help him commit the heist. Do you really think there's a connection between the thief and the murder, Nick? It's possible. But today's trial is a race against the clock. Huh? How come? Let's just take our time as always. I'm afraid that's not an option. October 14th, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 6. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Ron Delight. The defense is ready, Your Honor. You're ready. Preparations is the last refuge of the weak. Okay. Settle down, everyone. Let's begin with your opening statement, Mr. Gatto. He's got the judge in the palm of his hand yet again. Ron Delight is simply too young to be sent to war. That's all. I'm afraid I have no idea what that means, Mr. Gatto. Then you need to get out more, Your Honor. Life is war, but that is exactly why you must be more precise in your wording. That's all my statement means. You understand now, right? Yes. Well, then, let me briefly summarize the details of the case. Wow, the judge is taking charge like he knows what's going on for a change. The victim is Kane Bullard, CEO of the KB Security. His body was found in a safe at approximately 9 a.m. on the morning of the 13th. However, the time of death was estimated as 1 a.m. the previous day. And that's when our little lost kitten dropped the ball. That little lost kitten is, of course, the defendant. Very well. Mr. Gatto, please call your first witness. I never drank more than 17 cups of coffee during any given trial. But the first one is always the best. Mr. Gatto, your witness? Okay then, let's hear what the defendant, Mr. Ron Delight, has to say for himself. The defendant? Well, Mr. Wright, does the defense have any objections? It may be a bit of a disadvantage having the defendant testify, but... I remember when Mia was defending me. She allowed me to testify so she could do the cross-examination. She put a lot of trust in me back then. We have no objections, Your Honor. The defense will allow Mr. Light to testify. Ha. You got guts, Trite. Alright. Then Mr. Ron Delight, please take the stand. You did it, didn't you? Yes. What? No, that's not true. For a moment, I thought we set the record on the shortest trial ever. Whoa. Wow, Mr. Delight already looks plenty guilty with that face he's making. And for once he opens his big mouth, he'll probably put the last nail in his own coffin. Ha, very well. Now then, can you tell me something? If you didn't kill Bullard, why did you go to KB Security? Well, that's kind of hard to say. Boy, I wish... Now then, let's hear some testimony about what happened. My visit to KB Security. That evening around 1 a.m. I went to see Mr. Bullard in his office at KB Security. The blackmail letter I got, it ordered me to go there. I've been working for KB Security until 1 year ago, so I knew where his office was. 1 a.m. The exact time the murder took place. The weak get washed away by the tides of fate. The strong drink it up. Ha, is bitter today too, just like my destiny. You never know that from the way he's chugging it down. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination if you please. My visit to KB Security. That evening around 1 a.m. 1 a.m., huh? You're absolutely sure about that? Yes, that's what my watch said when I entered the CEO's office. No. Actually, I'm not really sure. My watch was slow and my internal... 1 a.m. That's the exact time the victim, Mr. Bullet, was murdered, correct? It's too late for a coffee date, that's for sure. The blackmail letter I got... It ordered you there. It was the first time I'd ever gotten a blackmail letter that ordered me to go somewhere. Does that mean you've gotten other blackmail letters then? Oh, of course. They'd say things like, steal this or take that. Why don't you save those for later, Mr. Delight? Please don't say anymore. Now, what should I do? Press harder? So what did the blackmail letter in question say? Well, it said to bring $50,000. The money, eh? A perfect motive for committing murder. Oh, but wait! I never intended to pay that money anyway. Oh? Is that right? After all, he had nothing to hold over my head. I had nothing to be afraid of. An important point indeed. Witness, let's have that added to your testimony. Yes, sir. Ha. Mud skipper in the outer space has better chance of surviving than I do. The blackmail letter threat didn't scare me. It wasn't going to cause me trouble or anything. Just what were you being blackmailed about anyway? The blackmail letter said if you don't want your identity revealed, correct? I'm sure it was referring to the whole Master Mask thing. But I wasn't worried. Mr. Bullet didn't have anything on me. He didn't? Anyway, I don't care what anyone says about me. Just as long as Desi believes in me. So that's why Mr. Light didn't believe he was Master Mask. That's why I knew they were just hollow threats. I've been working for KB Security until a year ago, so I knew where his office was. You used to be a security chief for KB Security, right? Yes, that's right. A security chief? You? And yet, a year ago, you were fired without notice. Revenge for an old grudge? A perfect motive for murder, wouldn't you say? This isn't good. Maybe I should change the subject. Why was he fired? Mr. Delight, please tell us why you were fired from your job. Well, the world is filled with those who have said, I wish I had never asked that. Okay, then Defendant, please answer the question. Well, I needed money. Needed money? Well, you see, Desi loves to spend it. It's kind of her hobby. Not exactly the best hobby in the world, huh, Nick? My salary wasn't nearly enough, so I stole data from the company. Come again? KB Security has a lot of security info on all sorts of companies. And since I was a security team chief, you stole some data and sold it. Board found out and I was fired immediately. What? I wish I had never asked that. I was somehow able to keep it a secret and made it seem like I had quit on my own. What is it, Nick? You don't look so good. Someone who brings harm to their company is fired as punishment. You do well to remember that. He sure told you. So you admit that you stole the data from your company, is that correct? Yes, I'm sorry. This is a very important fact. Please add it to your testimony. Oh man, this whole thing just took a big turn for the worse. Crashed and blew up. It's gonna take the jaws of life to rip this case from the clutches of disaster. He fired me for selling the company's secrets, but Desi doesn't know that. Hold on. Ah, dang. That mess up. Why would you do something like that? Well, for Desi's hobby, what else? Wasting money, huh? It's not a waste! So Miss Delight doesn't know her husband was fired, does she? It would seem so. I'm not sure what to think about couples who keep secrets like that from each other. I can't believe it. This case has gotten even Maya to think serious about couples. Please stay focused, Mr. Wright. There wasn't much to his testimony, was there? Sounds like he's avoiding something. At least that's what it sounds like to me. Uh-oh, I got a bad feeling about this. We better be careful. If we don't find a way to make him spill the beans, we'll never get closer to the truth. Yeah. Even about 1 a.m. is split. What am I pressing him on? Okay, but if the blackmail letter didn't phase you, you didn't give him the money. It orders you to go there? It didn't scare me. It wasn't gonna cause me trouble or anything. I think that's a lie. I think that's a lie because That's a lie because he said he was scared stiff because his wife would have left him. Did y'all hear that thunder? That was loud. I don't know. I think you're lying. Because there's no evidence I can show. But you are scared because you're...
Objection!
Mrs. Delight, what you said just now doesn't match what you told me yesterday. Huh? What doesn't? I think you must have been scared. Very scared. Of having a certain person find out your secret. A certain person? Miss Desiree Delight, the defendant's wife. What? But listen to me. My Desi. She's... It looks like if I just sit here back and relax, the fun will end before it truly begins. Gado. Yes, we know. It was your wife's fault. What do you mean? Mr. Delight stole company data to pay for his wife's spending habit, for which he was fired. Unable to face his own wife, someone used his dirty little secret to blackmail him. And that is how this murder came about. Oh. No! Everything is falling neatly into place for him. Don't talk about my Desi like that, or you'll be sorry. Well, it seems that we learned a great deal of things here so far. What do you think, Nick? I didn't think it was possible to get so thoroughly whipped in just 20 minutes. Clearly there was sufficient motive for murder. He stole data for his wife, and then he killed to protect his secret. A family man who cared just a little too much. The motive is clear. Let's move on. What happened at the crime scene at 1 in the morning, Mr. Delight? Come on now, tell us. We're all ears. At the CEO's office. When I entered the office, there was a suspicious shadow there. Suddenly, I was hit on the forehead. After that, I remember being in a bit of a daze. If I hadn't been wearing that, I would have been killed. When I came to, Mr. Bullet was lying there dead. I see. Suddenly hit on the forehead, huh? I believe the detective from yesterday provided a similar testimony. He said that the mask struck him on the head from behind. Of course, since Atme turned out to be the culprit himself, that was all a lie. No one's gonna believe a pathetic lie like that. What are you saying? I really was attacked! We'll find out what you say is true or not during the cross-examination. Got that, Mr. Wright? Don't go easy just because he's your client. If I see any signs of you are, I'll treat you another cup of my special blend. If you don't need to worry about that, Mr. Gatto. I have faith in Ron. I know he didn't do it. At the CEO's office. When I entered the office, there was a suspicious shadow there. Who was this suspicious shadow? There was a thousand of me, even I, and if I, what? Oh my god. Even there were 1,000 of me, and if even one knew, I'd tell you, trust me. His dodging all of our questions and not helping us win his case. Okay. Then how was the victim Mr. Bullet at the time? What do you mean by, how was he? Was he already dead? Was he still alive? Maybe he was the one who hit you in the first place. That's a good question. What do you think, Mr. Wright? Forget it. Suddenly I was hit on the forehead. After that, Your forehead. Yes, I was hit on the forehead as soon as I entered the room. It was amazingly fast and powerful attack. Do you remember anything about who hit you? Well, like I said, it was fast and a powerful hit. Though I think I was a little dazed for a while. I don't think Mr. Delight even grasped what you were asking. Yeah, I'd like to show him how fast and powerful my attack... I would like to show him a fast and powerful attack myself. Maybe that would knock some sense back into him. If I hadn't been wearing that, I would have been killed. That? Could you please clarify what you were referring to? Why, my Master Mask costume, of course. Wait just a moment. Master Mask? Huh? Oh, did I forget to mention it before? Just to be on the safe side, I dressed as Master Mask. And then I descended upon the office of the CEO, KB Security. What? Nick, did you know about this? He never told me this. I don't recall him ever mentioning it to me either. Even I didn't know that. It seems our little friend really loves keeping secrets. I'm sorry, I just never had a chance to mention it up until now. Wait. That's not right. You know how sometimes things... Ha. My 6th cup of coffee is staring up at me coldly. Hey, what's going on? Welcome back. At any rate, we can't ignore this new piece of information. Witness, please correct your testimony. I'd been killed if I hadn't been wearing my Master Mask costume. Why are you dressed up as Master Mask? Why? Because I'm Master Mask, of course. What are you talking about? Master Mask's trial is being held next door. Yes, I guess so. Anyway, at that time, I thought I was being blackmailed over the Master Mask issue. So I thought I should go as him just to be safe. Oh boy. Let me tell you, it's a real pain to move around with the cape. That's why it took a lot longer than I expected. It took a lot longer? What is he talking about? I'm saving right here. Press harder. What do you mean by took a lot longer? Oh, opening the safe, of course. My cape got caught in the safe door, you see. This all happened when I was hiding Mr. Bullock's body. What was that? Back up a second. Yes? You were the one that hid the body in the safe? Well, yeah. Inconceivable. Why? Just why? What's the reason you could have... What were you thinking? Are we screwed? Question. When does someone toss their dirty shorts in the washing machine? What? The answer is simple. When they take them off. As usual, I have no idea what you're saying. What do you mean Mr. Light hit the body because he's the murderer? Ah, so you're not as stupid as you look. His metaphor this time was really obscure. Mr. Wright, you don't mean that you knew about the safe business, do you? This whole safe business, do you? Well, yes. Why am I the only one not in the loop here? Witness, make sure you add this to the testimony. Yes, sir. Uh-oh. Looks like a storm front is moving in over the fair weather judge. I panicked and hit the body in the safe. It took about 10 minutes. Why did you hide the body in the safe anyway? Well, because it wouldn't fit in the drawer. That's That's not exactly what I meant. When I saw the corpse, I kinda lost it. I thought, if they find this corpse, they'll think I did it. Ah, I think you had a simpler reason than that. It's because you killed him. That's why you spent 10 minutes hiding the body. That certainly makes more sense. Hold on. 10 minutes? What is it, Nick? I just had a thought. Under those circumstances, would you normally try to hide the body? And spend 10 whole minutes to do it? Under those circumstances? What circumstances? Oh. Hey, Nick. If you think his behavior was so strange, why don't you present some evidence that showed just what those circumstances were? That's it. I'll take a look at the court record and present some evidence. What are we looking at? What are we looking at, Nick? What are you thinking? It's testimony. I think I know. Be right back. Okay. Trying to see. We heard this from Mr. Delight yesterday, didn't we? There's not much in this testimony either. I bet you he's still hiding something. I wouldn't be surprised, but we'll have to draw it out of him. Just hope he doesn't make things any more complicated. Yeah, Mrs. Delight, come on, man! There's a suspicious shadow there. Suddenly I was hit on the forehead. After that, I remember being a bit dazed. That sounds super familiar. That sounds super familiar. And hit the body. It took 10 minutes. We have his testimony.
Objection!
That has to be it. Your Honor, could you please take a look at this record? And what might this be? The record for the emergency buzzer that connects the CEO's office to security. If the button in the office is pressed, a security team is supposed to come running. And according to this record, the buzzer was pushed once at 1:02 a.m. Welcome back, Digi. What? If Mr. Ron Delight truly was the murderer, he would have ran as soon as that buzzer sounded. After all, a security guard would have been heading his way.
Objection!
Ha! Let's remember who we're dealing with here. He probably had no idea there were security personnel in the building. Up until 1 year ago, my client was working as the chief of security. There's no way he wouldn't have known about them.
Objection!
But as it turns out, the guard never came. That was nothing more than a coincidence. In fact, the guard was a pathetic loser. who had just gotten punched in the face by his ex's new boyfriend. And it wasn't anywhere in the vicinity. It was, oh my god, it wasn't anywhere in the vicinity and was not something Mr. Light could have known.
Objection!
Again, remember who we're dealing with here. It's a sure bet that Mr. Delight didn't even notice the buzzer going off. This buzzer is extremely loud. There's no way he could have ignored something like that. If he had been conscious, that is. Conscious? What do you mean by that? Ugh. Gotcha! Fine. Let's hear your theory. Recall the defendant's testimony. The moment he entered the victim's office, someone attacked him. Mr. Delight said he felt dazed. I'm willing to wager that he was knocked unconscious for at least a few minutes. Unconscious? So he fainted. That's why Mr. Delight didn't know the buzzer had sounded. And that's why he thought he had time to hide the body. So what you're trying to say is Mr. Delight was knocked out. The buzzer went off soon afterwards. Now, unless my client was able to hit the buzzer while he was unconscious, that can only mean there was another person in that room. That's right. Whoever it was, they knocked out Ron Delight and then pressed the buzzer. Order in the court? Mr. Wright, this is...
Objection!
This is preposterous. It was this kid. Ron Delight is the one who killed Kane Bullard. Then who pressed the buzzer? It was the victim, of course. He pressed the buzzer when the defendant attacked him. He didn't die right away. He must have held long enough to push that button. So Kane Bullard sounded that buzzer himself. What's your opinion, Mr. Wright? I need to prove that the real criminal was there at the scene of the crime, but how? Can I prove that it wasn't Kane Bullard who sounded the buzzer? I can prove it, alright? The defense opinion is this, Your Honor. This piece of evidence proves it wasn't the victim who sounded the buzzer. Don't buy it? There had to be somebody in this room. I need to figure out what it was, though. I believe this is the piece of oh my god, I believe this is the piece of uncontrovertible evidence you were looking for. The emergency buzzard. Is there's some kind of clue on it? Absolutely not. Hey, come on now. At least give some thought about what you say before opening your mouth. The fact that there are absolutely no clues is the clue. Yeah, there's no prints on that buzzard. I remember Gumshoe is saying that quite a bit. Maybe 3 times. He said there are no fingerprints on that buzzard at all. Actually, let me save this because I don't really feel like trying to, if I mess up, going back. Now I'm the one who's clueless. This button has no fingerprints on it. If Mr. Bullard had really pressed it himself, naturally he would have left fingerprints behind. Ron Delight obviously wiped them off. Why would he? A guard could have come up in any moment. He touched that button, I know he did. The defendant, Mr. Delight, was dressed as Master Mask. And Master Mask always wears gloves. What reason could he possibly have to wipe the button off free of fingerprints? Order! 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 It would seem I've been forced to eat a crow. I wonder what that blend number of crow flavored coffee is. However, oh, sorry. However, if the real killer was there at the scene, why would that person press the emergency buzzer? Shouldn't they have run away without putting themselves in extra danger? What's with this awkward silence all of a sudden? Ha, it looks like you're fresh out of parlor tricks. They're on to you, Nick! Just give me a minute to collect my thoughts. The real culprit killed Mr. Bullet around 1 a.m. And Mr. Delight just happened to waltz in when the murder was taking place, right? The killer clobbered Mr. Delight and then sounded the buzzer. Even though the security was supposed to respond right away if the buzzer was pressed, security was supposed to respond? I'm a little thrown off because we have two mass-to-mass in two different locations that was supposed to show up at 1 o'clock. I have many theories. There's too many theories. I don't know. There's like at least 5 or 6 theories that I got, and I just don't know. It can go either way. There's like so much going on. Time's up, Mr. Wright. Let's hear what you have to say. Very well then. Oh ho, you got some guts. I like that in an opponent. Why did the real killer sound the emergency buzzer? They didn't mean to. To call the security guard. To find out what it did? That's the stupidest thing I've ever... They didn't mean to? To call the security guard? Fun fact, to eat a crow is to be humiliated and shamed after being shown to be wrong, forced to admit one's error, and be publicly shamed as a result. Oh, okay. So in short, he just said he was just taking an L. Why did the real killer sound the buzzer? To call the security guard. Maybe they didn't mean to. I mean, that's my harebrained scheme. It's either to call security or they didn't mean to. And if they were trying to call security, I would see that they would call security because they had knocked him out, and so they would make him the prime suspect to kill him. But that buzzer went off at... I'm gonna go with the middle one for right now. I think the middle one implies they were trying to create a witness. Yes, that's what I'm thinking too. I'm gonna choose this one and see. The killer knew that if they pressed that button, a guard would come running. And that was exactly what they wanted. Do you mean to say that the killer called the guard on purpose? Yes. Although it turned out he never showed up. Because he was getting clocked clean at the time. Ha, what a touching story. You're saying that the killer had a change of heart and called the guard to turn himself in? No, I'm not. When that buzzer sounded, there were 3 people in that office. The victim, Kane Bullard, who was already dead. The defendant, Ron DeLight, who was out cold. And the third person, the real killer. Hypothetically, yes. Now then, in this situation, if the real killer made an escape, what would happen? The only ones left in the room would be the victim and Ron DeLight. And if any security guards came running in at the time, they would think that I was the murderer. Yes, that's precisely the real killer's objective. To frame Rhonda Light for the murder. Why does he do that? Order! 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 It would seem I've been made to eat my words once again. Actually, you've been made to do a spit take with a cup of coffee. Mr. Wright, who was it? Who was it that tried to frame me? Wait a second. I'm the one and only master. Okay. Here's a couple of theories. One, I think Loot at Me is suspicious as all F. I think he's suspicious as all F. I think he's actually the mastermind that's been giving him the the blueprints for the heist, right? Ron gives Meekins energy. But at the same time, I think it's highly suspicious that his wife doesn't know that he's Master Mass or anything that he's doing, or doesn't know that he doesn't have a job anymore. On top of that, what if, and I'm just saying what if, I don't think it's true because I think they're a really nice couple. What if the wife is playing dumb and she saw this blackmail letter from her husband, for her husband, went to his job and killed the CEO, right? And then when Master Mask came in, knocked him silly, hit the buzzer, but no, she wouldn't want to do that, right? And unless she actually, no, I don't. You know, I'm throwing that whole thing away. I don't know. I don't see. I mean, there could be a wife betrayal somewhere. There could be a wife betrayal, but I'm gonna keep it 100. I don't think that's right. I think that theory needs to go right into the dumpster. It needs to be put on fire and keep on burning. I don't know about that one, but that's one theory I got. And then I think this Luke at me guy, he's definitely suspicious. Remember she was getting ticketed? Yes, she definitely was getting ticketed. I'm just kind of throwing out scenarios because he's worried about her finding out. She doesn't like criminals, but she could have been doing criminal things herself. I don't know. It's weird. And then this Look at Me guy, he just like snapped. He like Thanos snapped, and then like now he's having a trial of being Master Mass. But the thing is, I think it is he's trying to be Master Mass so he doesn't get the murder pinned on him because he was at the scene of the crime. So if he was at the scene of the crime, that means he would be getting away with murder because this Master Mass, the actual Master Mass, was there with the dead body. So there was two different heists going on. Not unless Look at Me has a twin, because I don't see how he was at the so-called site and at the scene of the crime at the same time. Unless he just staged it all. I don't know, man. I don't know. Unless, oh, and you know what? He has a costume of Master Mask. I think this guy is setting that guy up. We got to get Look at Me. I think it's Look at Me. I think Look at Me is the murderer. My suspect button is like going off. That buzzer is sounding in that room. I think it's Look at Me, and I think he's trying to get away with it. We gotta stop Look at Me. Nick, you mean the real killer is... We're going to drag that person in here right now. But who is it? I don't have any solid proof yet, but think about it. The killer knew Mr. Delight's identity, and they also knew that he had been called to KB security that night. So the killer used him to execute a well-crafted plan to murder Kane Bullard. Now then, let's hear your accusation, Mr. Wright. Who was it that framed Mr. Rhonda Light for the murder of Kane Bullard? The only other person I know. This guy! Detective, Look at Me. He's the only one who could have done it. Ace Detective? Look at me? You mean Master Mass did it? Your Honor, the person being tried in the court next to us is not Master Mass at all. He is, in actuality, the true murderer of Kane Bullard. Order! Order! Mr. Wright, explain yourself. Theft and murder. Which is more of a serious crime? They're not even close. Murder is more serious crime, of course. It's a capital crime subject to a capital punishment. Please remember the trial from yesterday, if you would. When Look at Me confessed, there was a huge commotion in the courtroom. Of course, a famous detective was unmasked as well as Master Mass. Instead of being convicted of murder, he was found guilty of grand larceny. That was his true objective all along, to be found guilty. Master Mass had the perfect alibi for when the murder took place. He was stealing the urn at Lordy Taylor. In other words, being found guilty as Master Mass was Look at Me's airtight, watertight, and unassailable alibi. A guilty verdict as an alibi? You know, it's almost time. For what? For Look at Me's verdict. It was a pretty simple trial after all. If we're going to stop this trial and stall that one, we need to do it now. Of course. That's assuming you have proof that the detective was the one who committed the murder. Ah, shoot. Mr. Look at Me's trial has indeed attracted the attention of the entire country. If we were to intrude and fail to provide adequate proof to his true crime, Mr. Delight would be left with no grounds for appeal. Am I really sure about this? Ha. A bet's only good when your life's at the ante. Mr. Wright, I believe in you! Mr. Delight. So please, I'm begging you! Thanks, but my decisions will determine the rest of your life. Can I really risk your life like this? Phoenix. What was that? Don't stray, Phoenix. For your client, take the path of trust. That voice, it sounds like... Mia! Your Honor, the defense requests an immediate recess. Huh. So that's your answer, huh? Very well. I decided as well. This court will now take a 20-minute recess. Mr. Wright, when we return, please summon Mr. Look at Me to the stand. Yes, Your Honor. October 14th, 11:58 a.m. District Court, Courtroom number 5. Well, Sir Detective Atme, I have to say, Mr. Payne, you performed splendidly. Oh no, Sir Detective Atme, you were the one who... That's enough! This court seems no reason to further prolong this trial. This court finds the defendant Look at Me. Wait! Don't hand down your verdict yet, please! Well, so lawyer, welcome to my courtroom. Who's this, Auster? My name is Phoenix Wright, attorney at law. And I wish to file an accusation against this man. Look at me. Accusation? You accuse Master Mass? That man is not Master Mass. He's just a ruthless murderer. What? Oh, he's sweating. Yeah, 'cause you did it, buddy. To be continued. Okay. I like how my little brainstorming went. I like how my little brainstorming went. I was like, it could possibly have been the wife, and then my brain was just like, nah, you bugging. My brain said, nah, you're bugging. All right, guys, I would hate to do this to you all. I would hate to do this to you all, but I'm gonna leave you guys on this cliffhanger. This is a pretty good place to stop. Suspense and all, you know. So we have all deducted that Look at Me killed Mr. Bullard. But what was his reason why he killed Mr. Bullard? Mr. Bullard must have known something that Mr. Look at Me did or was doing and sussed them out. So, yeah. Um, let me see. The boy Noi, let me see. Let's go back to the chat room real quick. Yeah, I'm sorry to kill you guys on the cliffhanger right there, but yeah. Let me see. Yeah, the boy Noi, again, I mean, again, I'll check it out, but I'm definitely not playing the game today, and I have to kind of make that call, because I think I need to just stick to actual games that I can have easy access to without really worrying about anything. And like I said, no offense to you, but it's just like a safety precaution for my protection as well as everything else that I got going on for myself. So, I mean, I'll take a look at it, but again, I don't really want to be downloading stuff from people I truly don't really know. So I hope you don't take any offense to it, and if you can kind of get it to a point where it's kind of accessible and in another type of way, that'll be maybe, but honestly, I'm not really too forthgoing on just downloading or checking, just clicking on things I don't really know, like sites and things like that. I've never heard of Scratch, so I'm really not too keen on checking the game out. If you have like a YouTube video or something to show your game off and stuff, sure, I can do that, but I don't really necessarily want to be looking at stuff I don't know about. Other than that, I'm glad you made a game. That's pretty awesome. So yeah, I think I'll leave it at that. I think I'll stick to games that I can just have, like games like Phoenix Wright and all this other stuff, all these other games. I used to be able to do that with RPG Maker because there wasn't no problem with RPG Maker, but I continuing on, I don't think I'm gonna be playing random games that I, from sites or things I have to download. Anywho, moving on from that, I think this was a pretty good trial. It left me in suspense. We got the man under the gun, Mr. Look at Me. I think he's guilty. I think he's guilty of all suspicion. We're gonna try to bag that guy. Hopefully, there's no confusion. So I think what happened was, I just realized something. Look at Me said the same thing as Mr. Delight. He said the same thing as Mr. Delight. A few times. So now it's going to look like Mr. Delight has no gas under him. Because Mr. Look at Me had already said it first. Oh, that's clever, game. Okay, I like that. Alright, but we still going to bag him in jail. Mr. Look at Me. Yeah, we looking at you alright. Anywho, if you guys liked anything, please like, follow, sub, share. I mean, you guys are grown. Do what you want. I'm going to keep streaming as long as I can. So you guys will not be seeing me tomorrow. You guys will not be seeing me Sunday. You guys won't be seeing me the whole entire week of that week. But hopefully by Tuesday I will be back in business. I will be trying to shoot out some videos in the meantime, so yeah, that'll be a thing. So I hope you guys have a good week without me. Pretty sure you'll survive. In the meantime, any support that I get, I appreciate it. Appreciate all the follows. Look at me and Frank Sawit are visual word puns. Oh, Frank saw it. Oh, I get it. Frank saw it because he saw it happen. Yeah, Phoenix Wright's very clever. I gotta fix my text box. I don't know why it keeps disappearing. Huh, that's weird. That's weird, text box. That's weird. But anywho, thanks for watching, Digi. I appreciate it. I'm gonna go ahead and head on out. So you guys have a good week without me, and we'll be back for more Phoenix Wright, and we'll be trying to clean up other little games here and there, so we can move on to hopefully having to play Detroit Become Human. That'll be the next game I'll be looking at. Sleep well and stay hydrated. Oh, I have not drank any water at all, and I haven't eaten yet, so that's why I'm leaving. I need to eat something before I go to sleep. Alright, I'll catch you guys later. I'm outie on Rowdy. You guys have a good afternoon, morning, breakfast, lunch, dinner. And I'm outie on Rowdy. Bye.